Hello. Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to Sprints. Milo is coming to say hello. While slamming the door open. Are you gonna come say hi? Do you want me to remove the charger so you can jump up here? Want to come say hi? I think he just wants to go outside. All right. Well, he does not want to come say hi. I think he just wants me to take them outside, which will happen eventually. Huh, buddy? Hey, come here. Come here. Come say hi. Come on. Ugh. Nope. You are not a small dog. I cannot lift you up with one arm. I tried. Lay down, buddy. I'll take you out. I'll take you out in a second. How's everyone doing? I am currently finishing up the little bonus story at the end of the Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook, which is book 3 for Dungeon Crawler Carl. I'm going to finish that up. I think I only have like a few minutes left. And then I'm going to start the Savior's Champion, which is the group book for Camp Seasonathon. And we have the author chat on Saturday afternoon. So I'm going to do that. I might start Red Seas Under Red Skies. Might do that today as well. So starting 2 different books. We'll see how that goes. We all know that I usually don't do well with reading similar genres, and these are both kind of fantasy, yeah, for the most part. So we'll see, but I think they would be different enough. Plus, I already know the characters for the most part for the one. Yeah, what's going on with everyone else? How are you all today? What are you all working on? Good morning, Shannon. Hello, hello. How are you? Nadeem, good morning. He's doing good. He's doing good. Hi, Mr. Milo. Good morning, Sophia. I'm making some waffles before I start reading. Ooh, enjoy. Enjoy. Good morning, Tina. How are you? I was wondering if you started at Seas. Yeah, I couldn't find my headphones yesterday, and I still wanted to listen and read along. So now that I have them, I'm going to get back to where I was, because I am like 18 pages in. If we're being realistic, I'll probably start over from the beginning. But I had started. I just had not gotten very far. But that's my plan for this last week of reading for Camp Seasonathon, is to read this one and to read The Savior's Champion. Those are my 2 goals for the end of June. And then I can reward myself by reading the 4th book in Dungeon Crawler Carl. Since I am officially hooked on those, I'm going to have to go get the rest from like Kindle Unlimited, or however many, if they're all available. I need to go grab them. So they're readily available for me to read. Good morning, Daisy and Zoe. Good morning, everyone. Looks like another triple-digit temperature day. Woohoo! Yeah, I think I haven't looked at it lately, but I think we're pretty high today as well. Let's see what we got. We have 96. I'm sure the feels like temperature. Do we get? Yep. Yeah, we're going to get into the hundreds for the feels like temperature. So at 2 p.m., it'll feel like 100 degrees outside. So between 2 and 7, I will not be leaving an AC room. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But I have no plans to be out in that today. But we do have a heat advisory. Oh, God. That sounds horrendous. Heat index values up to 107. No, thank you. No, thank you. If anyone has any options on like jobs in like the Arctic Circle right now, that'd be great. I'd rather be able to make myself warm with coats and blankets and socks than to already be hot and sweaty. Like even going to get gas at the gas station yesterday was gross. I can't. I'll be doing some morning stuff and then heading off to physical therapy. I hope your physical therapy goes well. Are you going to be hitting the gym after that, or are you just doing physical therapy today? I know sometimes you stop by the gym for a little bit. Morning, Lynn. Finishing up Rewitch this morning. Awesome. Yes, it is. Yes, hot and muggy. Hot and muggy, at least here, because I know our humidity is probably pretty high as well today. What's our humidity? Oh, the humidity is actually only 57, so it's not horrible, which is probably actually a good thing if it's going to be this hot today. We do have some thunderstorms happening on Thursday, so it's probably going to get it's going to cool off a little bit, but not much, so it's going to get pretty gross outside, I feel like, for the next like week. Reading Three Mothers by Hannah Beckerman and going to work in a little bit. Awesome, Crystal. Welcome in. Yes, Arctic Circle. Let's go. Right? We'll just have like we'll just have a group house. We'll have a couple fireplaces to keep us warm. We'll just read our books, bundle up in our blankets, have coffee and hot chocolate. It'll be great. You already know. Get those games. Hey, Lynn from Tina. Our library has a brand new AC system, so going to be putting that to good use today. Yep, perfect day for it. Or perfect season for it, for sure. I'm not even going to talk about Florida. I blame hubby for wanting to move here at the moment. Go to the beach, Lynn. Go have a beach day. You're like, that's the only way to beat Florida heat is to like go to the beach or buy one of those big misting fans that they have at like the theme parks where they have the fan and it throws the mist in front of it. That's my favorite part of theme parks, waiting in line. And hey, Tina from Lynn. Real feel here is 91 already. Whew. Ours is luckily right now staying within it feels like this temperature, and it is this temperature. So it's 75 and it feels like 75, but apparently by 9 a.m. that's going to change. So here in the next 45 minutes, we're going to go from it being 79 really to feeling like 85. So it's going to jump here in a minute. Yay. So excited. That's fair. That's fair. Beach and hot flash is real fun. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Hey, I recognize that cool shirt. Yeah. Repping the Apolycon shirt today. I'm like trying to like bring in all the good Apolycon vibes for ticket sales on Sunday. I lived in Florida for a year and a half, and I feel like I got used to Florida heat pretty fast. But in Pennsylvania, this is too hot. I agree. I grew up in Florida. I moved to Georgia when I was going into 8th grade. So I think it's absolutely more ungodly hot and disgusting and gross during the summer here in Georgia than it ever was in Florida. And I don't know if that's just because Florida is a panhandle, so it has water on both sides. So there's always some kind of like breeze. And I also did live in Ormond Beach, Daytona area. So I don't know if that was why, and it just didn't bother me as much. But Georgia is a whole different kind of story with this heat. It just feels more muggy here than it does in Florida, in my opinion. Like I could deal with Florida heat probably way better than this. Hi, Tina. Hi, Lynn from Tierra. Tierra from Lynn. And yes, bring on the lucky vibes. Yeah, we need all the good vibes. Because, like, honestly, I don't know how me, you, and Vanessa did it. I don't know how we did it that first round. We got very lucky, I feel like. So we'll see if that luck can continue. I've been in Florida for 23 years now, but perimenopause. God. I think you just about, we probably moved around the same time. Just one of us to Florida, one of us out of Florida. Yeah, that I can see that heat doesn't help that at all. Sending hugs to Lynn from Tierra. All right, let's jump into this first sprint because I want to dive into these books and get some good reading done today. If I can, I'm going to try to actually finish The Savior's Champion today, but we'll see how fast it reads. Just because I work the next 2 days. So I'm going to try to get as much reading done. So I'm going to finish off the little ending story for Dungeon Anarchist cookbook, and then I will dive right into The Savior's Champion. So, not much of a beach person, prefer the mountains. Those are nice too. I feel like it just depends on what I want at the moment. But when I was in Salt Lake in January, like I actually almost walked off a sidewalk because I was looking at the mountains and I started going diagonally and almost twisted my ankle. So I was very distracted by pretty mountains. Asked my best friend. She saw it happen in person. My clumsiness came out. Mountains are incredible. They are. And very beautiful. I wanted to go skiing so bad. Because when we got to the airport, everyone had their skis and I was like, oh, I want to go. So love the mountains. Maybe we need a pole. Do we need a pole in this next sprint? All right, let's go ahead and jump in. Sprint number 1. We got Mr. Miyagi ready to go. So happy reading, happy productivity, everyone. And I will see you all back here in 30 minutes. All right, we are back from that sprint. I finished off the Dungeon Anarchist cookbook, finished that. Currently working on the NetGalley review for that. Grabbed breakfast and warmed up the coffee. All the beverages this morning. And I'm all set to start the Savior's Champion in the next sprint. So a little reading, a little bit of everything in that sprint for me. I'm also going to end our poll. So if you haven't voted, I'm going to go through a couple comments and then I will hop over to that poll. We were talking about the beach versus the mountains. Pennsylvania mountains blew my family away. Stupid flat Midwest living. Yeah, not many mountains there. And before we were just starting, got to do filming this first sprint, so might be coming back late, but we'll keep you on TV muted. Thank you. I hope your filming is going well. What videos are you working on? What filming are you working on? What videos? Twins and TBR. So excited to be on summer break and joining sprints again. Welcome back. I'm going to read from now until my sister shows up with the baby around 10. Ooh. Well, enjoy your reading and then enjoy time with your sister and the baby. Are you guys planning any like fun activities for today or just a visit? Just got back from walking Daisy and eating breakfast from Vanessa. That was earlier. Good morning, Alicia. Just joining, getting breakfast and coffee, about to take a shower and get ready for the day. Sounds lovely. What are you having for breakfast? Same to Vanessa. Vanessa, what do you have for breakfast? I'm actually eating at a decent breakfast at a decent hour this morning instead of waiting until I'm done sprinting. Finished a cup of coffee and wrote 95 words. Fantastic. Made it to 53%. Ooh, nice. Have an hour and a half left of Rewitched and clothes are done. Ooh, you'll definitely finish that today. Do it, do it. Yeah, start it. Lynn, you finished it, right? You finished the Savior's Champion? Yay, how'd you like the third book? I enjoyed the third book. It was definitely different than the previous two. Just the level was a little bit more intricate, which was fun. And we got to meet a lot more of the characters that were just like talked about in passing. So it was fun. There was a lot more of like crossover between all of the people that were in the dungeon, which was fun. So we'll see how the fourth one is, but I'm excited. I'm quite enjoying the series. Mostly just visiting, but we are going to take the baby to the baby story time at the library. Oh, that'll be fun. Ren, hello. Welcome in. What are you working on doing during our time today? Had a sausage, egg, cheese, maple griddle cake breakfast sandwich. Ooh, so like a at-home McGriddle situation. That sounds delicious. That's right. I couldn't remember if you had finished it or if you had DNF'd it. I couldn't remember for sure. I was like, I know that you started it, but I could not remember if you had DNF'd it or not. Yay! Buddy Reed. Plus 3 points for the cabin. Even though you're not on my team, but it's fine. I actually have no idea who is in the lead. 11 pages into A Fellowship of Bakers and Magic, a non-magical girl in a magical land selling pastries in the town marketplace. Ooh, that sounds fun. Only one chapter in, lots of time for something to go wrong. That sounds cute, though. That's encouraging. Yeah. We'll see how it goes. I feel like no, I don't. I thought I had a seed stuck in my teeth from the strawberries in my drink. No, it was Jimmy Dean breakfast was late this morning. Hey, that's fair. Those are good though. And oddly enough, the sausage in those does not bother my stomach, which I appreciate. So I can actually eat the sausage sandwiches from Jimmy Dean. Don't think I'll be showing up for the others. Yeah. That's fair. That's like the only ever like fear I have with doing the group reads for co-hosts that we do the group books with the author chat. I'm like, but what if I don't like it? This one does sound like it has all the elements that I think I'm gonna enjoy. So I have the hopes are high. I think my concern right now is that I just like so much just want to go into book 4 of Dungeon Crawler Carl that I'm just gonna be like, but no, I think I'll enjoy it. I do like the cover. The cover's cool. Currently reading Forest Euphoria, The Abounding Queerness of Nature nonfiction, loving it so far and 62% in. I've got a little over an hour left in the audio. Ooh, interesting. That title itself is very, very interesting. Are you reading it for like a class? That definitely sounds like a book that could end up being like a sociology book or a psych book. Or are you just reading it for fun? I need to get onto my nonfiction challenge. I'm supposed to be reading 6 of them, and I have yet to read a single nonfiction this year. I might need to pick. I have Sally Field's autobiography. I might need to pick that one. That way, I can listen to it and like enjoy that one first before jumping into some of my other ones. Sorry, Shani. When the amount of popular books I DNF is crazy, I get it. I feel like I haven't DNF'd anything in a while, I don't think. But I also did that big unhaul. So that kind of, I think, helped take off a lot of the books I wasn't interested in on my shelves anymore. So that could also be it. What are you, buddy, reading? We have it's The Savior's Champion by Jenna Moresi. I think that's how you pronounce her last name, and I apologize if that's wrong. It's the group book for Camp Season-a-thon, but she is also a fellow YouTuber. She does a lot of writing, AuthorTube writing books or writing videos. Which I actually did, like, I recognized the name, but I did not put 2 and 2 together when I first found out about the book. And I was like, oh, okay. I follow her channel, so like I know exactly who it is. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. I get to read her book. And then we're gonna chat to her on Saturday. Yeah, so far I like the sound of it sounds good. And it sounds like it'll have like the right like setting and vibe, but we shall see. It really does. I should have liked it. And that's the thing. Sometimes you just never know what you're going to like at a certain point. I was going to read, but I just started a puzzle and have no audiobook. Oh no. You got to find one. read it. It is so much fun. I like it because you don't really have to think too much and you can just like enjoy what you're reading. If that makes sense. It's just like I don't know, it's just fun. It's just entertaining. And I'm very much enjoying. I've binge read the first 3 books back to back to back. Like there's been no stopping me until this point. And I kind of want to read the 4th one, but I got to read these other books first. Dungeon Crawler Carl was not on my physical TBR, okay, until this point. Granted, it is on my NetGalley TBR, these first 4. So I do have a reason that I need to read them so I can review them there. But I say give it a try. They've been very enjoyable. Did you really? I don't even think I remember you DNFing 4th Wing. I mean, look, we all got our own taste in books, and if it doesn't do it for you, it doesn't do it for you. But pretty much, if there's dragons, I'm most likely gonna like it. Because I like dragons. I wish dragons were real. That's why I have it. The closest thing I can have to a dragon is a dinosaur in the form of a chicken. Though sometimes Yonda turns into what feels like a dragon when she's trying to steal all the blueberries out of my hand. My chicken turns into a feral dinosaur for blueberries. It's absolutely hilarious. Oh, so you're just like DNFing away. 3 books this month, and my last DNF before that was in January. Okay, so weird that you haven't DNF'd really anything since January, and then you're just like all DNFs this month. I think we need to go back to the previous months and be like, books similar to, and what was your favorite book that month? Reading it for fun, but definitely a psych, sociology, social studies student stream. I'm talking trauma, queer theory, and green theory. The possibilities are endless. Interesting. That's a whole like mixed bag that you could pull from. I was a sociology major, psych minor, so that I can 100% see this book being in one of our classes. I can even know which professor would probably pick it, possibly, depending on what classes they're teaching. But I took like 3 classes with them. And that would be one of the ones I feel like would be on her radar. Hey, Anna, good morning. How are you? Lurking because I'm about to start work, so I have to mute you. I'll be doing a university assignment and trying to read throughout the day. Well, I hope work goes well. And your university assignment goes well, too. I'm not a gamer and love Dungeon Crawler Carl. See, there you go. Even non-gamers love Dungeon Crawler Carl. It's just fun and ridiculous and silly. It's a personal memoir, but told through a theoretical and anthropological view, if that makes sense. That's really interesting. I kind of like that idea. That's really cool. My water app says it's time to hydrate, so take a sip. So do I hydrate with my protein shake or my coffee, Alicia? Both? I was like, I don't got any water right now. DNFing 4th Wing is extremely valid, even though it was a 5-star for me and my first and last 5-star in the series so far. That's fair. I can't remember what my ratings were for the other ones, but I think the the most recent one was my least favorite, even though a lot of things happened. There was stuff that I thought was going to happen in that book that didn't happen. But yeah, I feel like that's pretty accurate for, I think, quite a few people. Like the first book hit really well and the other two, and I think that's also just due to them trying to push those books really quickly out, which is why Rebecca Yarros took that break. So I'm looking forward to seeing the difference between 2 and 3 and this fourth book once she starts working on it again. Also, for those, I do have some news about Dungeon Crawler Carl. I saw a thing where there's going to be a webtoon series, so like a comic book style series for it. So if you don't want to necessarily read them and you want like a more comic book style, that's coming soon. And it looks really good. It looks kind of cool. So I'm probably going to be like rereading the series so I can read the comic book version. Thank you, Alicia. Sipping now. But with dragon books, there needs to be dragons. Some books only use them as buzzwords, it seems. That's true. Sometimes there's a very, like, the dragons aren't even in it for a while, that kind of thing. At least with Fourth Wing, we do get immediate dragons. Or wyvern, like with and I think that's what really also solidified the Throne of Glass series was when Manon got Abraxas. I love that little wyvern so much. Dogosaurus. Protein shake or both. Oh, I did coffee, so I can do both. I am drawn to fun and silly at the moment. It's a break from overall reality. That's fair. And honestly, even though Dungeon Crawler Carl is legitimately about an apocalypse of Earth, it's very fun and silly and ridiculous and entertaining. So honestly, it works really well, even though it is the apocalypse being televised. So that one does work really well for that. Alrighty, let's hop in to sprint number 2, and I'm going to start a new book. So we'll see how it goes. But yep, I'll be starting the Savior's Champion in this next sprint. So let's pull Mr. Meowgie back up. And we're on sprint 2 of 5. I almost said 2 of 3, and I'm like, I promise, if we were sprinting only 3 times, we would be doing much longer sprints than this. Sprint 2 of 5. Happy reading, happy productivity, everyone, and I will see you back here in 30 minutes. And we are back from our second sprint. I finished writing my review for Dungeon Anarchist cookbook, and then I started in on the Savior's Champion and got to 3%. So far, so good. We're not super far into it, but we are kind of like jumping right into the story, which I do like. I think this will be one where we are world building more along the way, possibly. So far, so good. I do like the idea that there's like a tournament in it, which I do always like those kinds of plot lines. So how did everyone else do on that sprint? And I am going to end the poll while I'm here. We're gonna end it. And mountains was the large winner on that one. 72% said mountains, 27% said beach. Could that be skewed because it's super hot outside and we're all like, maybe the mountains would be cooler? Even though I would take a beach day right now too. I'd be in the water the whole time, staying cool, but it would be nice. And we had a Sam join us at the end of the chat when we started the sprint. And hey, Sam from Alicia. We had a Steph join us. Hello. Hello. How are you? Shower and reheating coffee sprint. That's fair. I need to reheat this coffee again. I've reheated it like 3 times now. Hey, Steph from Alicia. And hi, Sam and Steph from Lynn. Hi, Alicia and Lynn. Hi, Alicia and Lynn from Steph and Sam. Wrote another 75 words. Awesome. 18 pages, fed my foster kitties and topped off their water bowls. They are sheltering under my porch out of the heat. Smart kitties. Absolutely. Change the water a couple of times a day to keep it clean. Yeah, keep it clean and cool. Got to page 28. I wish I knew what page I was actually on. But it's not, I don't know if it'll tell me. No, it just has the location. Oh, no, page 25. This is saying page 25. It is the Kindle version. So, the page 25. So we're actually similar. Watched BookTube during that sprint and ordered a few things from Amazon. One kiddo is awake. Nice. How is the theme going for this week? Or the themes, because you're doing 2 this week, right, with the kids? Got to work and started playing catch up on socials. Nice. Got to 47% in Queen Takes Rose. Awesome. Would always choose mountains. That's fair. That's fair. Read another chapter of your current book. Awesome. I honestly enjoy both beach and mountain, but mountains are just so beautiful that I think I like them a little bit more. Definitely can be. I had the same problem with my coffee, so I switched to my coffee mug. Yeah, I feel like I should probably go put this, heat it up and put it in my little like Yeti mug so it stays hot longer. It might just get turned into iced coffee at this point. Even though I'm cold, so I really would prefer hot coffee. Might have to go walk outside to warm my body up. I consider DNFing my book that sprint. I almost feel bad about it though, because it's nothing the book is doing wrong. It's just not working for me. Is it not working for you? Like, do you think you would enjoy it at a different time? Because you could always soft DNF it and then come back to it later if you feel like you're just not in the mood to read it. But if it's not working for you at all, go ahead and DNF it. Sometimes the books just aren't for us. And there's so many books that we do not have the time to read books that aren't keeping our attention and that we're not enjoying. Probably close. Yeah. So we're close. My upstairs neighbor just started watering his plants and the water is dripping onto my patio. So I moved my planters underneath to give my peppers a little drink. Love that. Like, thank you, upstairs neighbor, for also watering my plants at the same time. Oh yes, the themes for this week are Water Week and Animal Week. So we'll get animal books from the library and we may go to the zoo. Ooh, that'll be fun. Be walking in the next sprint, get those steps in. And we'll work on book journal while I wait for the other kiddo to wake up. Nice. Get a little bit of quiet time before the kids wake up. Nice, nice. Well, if you are just hopping on with us, let us know what you're working on. And we have about 3.5 minutes before that sprint. So plenty of time to heat up the coffee if you need to. Get a little stretch, move around. Remember to hydrate. I do not have water, so my hydration is coffee-based. Starting to get antsy for Thursday. We get to see the boy. Oh, yay. That's so exciting. Is it a regular ultrasound or is it a more like in-depth, the 3D one or something like that? I don't remember the timing on when the different ones can happen. I'm so excited for you. I'm so exciting, Sam. I got a cold all of a sudden. That's my only downside to summer also. Like, it's too hot outside, but it's also too cold inside. There's no happy medium for me in these conditions. I think I will always like the beach more just because, I don't know, I guess I grew up by the beach, so. And since I don't really get to see either of them that much. Like, we have mountains in Georgia, but we have to still drive to them. And then like it's a 5-hour drive to the beach, to the closest beach from here. So, but I think it would depend on what I was doing. If I was going because I wanted to go skiing, obviously the mountains, but I would love to just go to the beach and just chill. Chill for a bit. Regular ultrasound, but first appointment with your OB. Oh, okay. So first appointment outside of the fertility clinic. Nice. Once you reach the halfway point, they can start doing the 3D and 4D ultrasounds, but until then, they do the regular. Thank y'all. I couldn't remember exactly when the different ones could happen. But that's exciting that you get to go for your first appointment at your OB. Exciting, Sam. Well, can't wait to hear all about it and get the updates on the bean. We have just about 30 seconds left, and we'll go into our third sprint. Excuse me. Yep, it's been such a long wait. Yes, you've been waiting for this for so long, and I'm so excited for you guys. So excited. Thinking the mountains and the beach are relatively just as far from you. Now, if we're talking about true mountains, it's probably a little bit further. But if I just want to kind of go like into like some more mountain area, it's probably just a couple hours. But the beach is definitely a much longer trek. The nearest beach is about 3 hours away from me in Maryland, but the mountains are only about an hour away. Mm-hmm. Same. Samesies. All right, well. My printer just came alive. I wasn't prepared. Any day now. Anyway, let's get Mr. Miyagi up here. Okay. Be done. Be done. Thank you. Jordan had called me yesterday and asked if the boy was being nice to me, and I was confused a bit because I thought he meant Harry because he calls Harry the boy sometimes, but I was at work. You're going to have to come up with new nicknames for the cats. All right. Happy reading. Happy productivity for sprint number 3, and I will see you all back here in 30 minutes. All right, we are back from sprint number 3, I think. I think it's 3. I went downstairs, reheated the coffee. I walked outside for a bit to heat up. I am already cold again. as is just my life, back and forth, never truly cozy and warm. It's too hot or too cold. And then I made it to 5%, page 39, according to my Kindle of The Savior's Champion. We had some people join us during that sprint. We had a Melanie and a Debbie hop in. Sorry to miss yesterday's sprints. No worries, not at all. Wanted to hop on here to update everyone on the camp season-a-thon rankings. Ooh, what are they? What are they? Where are we at? Want to read more about my sister will be here soon, so I'm going to spend some of the sprint putting sunscreen on and getting ready to go. I know you are probably gone already, but I hope you and your sister have a lovely time at the library with the baby. And then Melanie had asked me how I'm liking it. I was like, so far so good. I am only 3% in, so now 5%, but I'm liking it so far. Debbie, Savior Champion is so good. Yeah. And then we have Melanie starting a reread of it this week. I'm also going to be setting up the live shows for this weekend later today, so keep an eye out for those and to make sure to hit the little bell icon. Yes. Anyone who is participating in Camp Season-a-thon and does want to, or even if you're not and want to join in, if you've read The Savior's Champion already and want to join us for that live show and then our after show later that evening, definitely join us. Yes, absolutely. It's so hot. I saw a couple of robins roasting worms on the sidewalk. Doing a little bird barbecue, a little birdie barbecue time. Got to 50%. Nice. Less than an hour left of Rewitched. Ooh, I hope you like the ending. That took far longer than I wanted it to, but July TBR game has been recorded. Ooh, was it nice to you? Was it nice? I need to film my summer TBR. I filmed the rolls a long time ago, and I feel like I just need to go back, do everything again, and film and do the book pick at the same time. It seems like whenever I try to do part of it in advance, it always like comes back and bites me in the butt. So I might set up all my stuff later, or maybe after this, get the filming equipment out and do that. Made to page 223 of 266 in Bats in the Belfry by Kevin J. Anderson. So close. You are almost done. Ooh, you should be able to finish it soon if you're continuing to read in the next sprint. Got to 61% of the other book and a walk in. Nice. And walking. How many steps we got? How many steps we got so far? Morning, Alexandra. Welcome. Were the odds in your favor, Tiara? Were they in your favor? I got through a couple of chapters through Nosferatu by Joe Hill. How are you liking it? I've wanted to read that one. The only one I've read by Joe Hill is Horns, which I enjoyed quite a bit. But I've wanted to read Nosferatu. I remember, actually, I have a really funny story about this. They had at BookCon, which BookCon's coming back, which I'm so excited about. But at the last BookCon that we were at, they had like a booth set up for Nosferatu for like the TV show. And like they had a really creepy like girl working it, and like she would just come up to you and like look. And I was making like the widest berth around this this particular exhibit. Because I was like, no, it's too creepy. I hate it. But I do want to read it. And I think I would eventually watch the show. But it was so funny because I was literally just like the widest walk around you've ever seen. Hi. Got coffee made. Planning to read The Long Way to a Small Angry Planet. Awesome. I hope you enjoy it. Got coffee and woke up in that last sprint. I'm still working on coffee number 1, and I'm just trudging through it. I don't know. I might get my my caffeine fix when my dad and I go have lunch at Waffle House. I might get a Coca-Cola and get my caffeine that way today because the coffee apparently is not doing it for me this morning. It's taking me too long. Got a clip of today's interview with FT Lucan's scheduled to post on socials and chatted with people about a project. Awesome. Yes, Lynn. Ooh. Wait, so were the odds were in your favor? So it went well. That's always good. I know Steph's TBR video is going to be an interesting one for July. Okay, here are the current standings. So for the pink cabin, we have 401. Purple's at 405. I didn't actually know any of the standings until just now. Turquoise is at 292. Ooh. We're close. Pink and purple's duking it out. And I'm going to say that is all to our cabin members. And turquoise team, where you at? Represent. Let's go. Let's do it. And a reminder for those in the cabins that our group book is worth 3 points compared to a singular 1 point, like the rest of your books. So if you do want to get some extra points in there, this book is worth 3. But wow, look at I'm impressed. That's a lot of reading on all of our parts. Wrote another 70 words. Fantastic. No, Melanie's cabin's winning. Melanie's winning. I'm right behind her though. Correct? Or no, I am winning. Oh, I thought you had put it in order. I didn't even notice. I'm like, no. I didn't even notice. For some reason, I like read that in order of who was. Yay. Go Purple Cabin. I'm so proud of y'all. Because I know it is my campers. It is not me. I can guarantee you that. So I am very proud of them all. I got my 3 books. My Hail Mary is the Savior's Champion for my personal reading this month to get my points up. I didn't even realize it. Lynn's just like, let me make sure she knows. I was giving all y'all the credit. Giving all y'all that credit. That was the most oblivious thing I've ever done in my life. For some reason, I just thought they were in order by like who was in the lead. I didn't even like realize that. Oh goodness. Okay. Oh. Can we tell that I am not used to being on the winning team of readathons? Oh gosh. Well, that was funny. Oh, that gave me a giggle. Hey, Alicia from Alexandra. Now the other kiddo is awake. I'll have to start getting things ready for errands, but went through and updated pages on the book journal and posted notes pages to make and tab the books. Awesome. You got a lot done, I feel like, this morning before the kids woke up. Hey, Shannon from Alexandra. Finished another chapter. Nice. Hey, Alex from Shannon. Thank you, Melanie from Lynn. I know. I just had someone in my cabin who just input all of their books just like a couple days ago, I believe. So people could be waiting. I know sometimes people wait and do all of them at the end. That could be also make a difference. Same thing happens with Magical Readathon and stuff too. People will wait until the very end and go in and do it all in one go. I try my best to do mine as I do them, which means I actually need to go do my last book. But sometimes that's what happens. And step count is 4,500. Nice. Oh goodness. I literally was like, no, I'm not winning. What are you talking about? Yeah, Shannon can't read any faster. That's fair, yeah. Hello, Alexandra from Alicia, and hey to Tiara from Alicia. It's a little slow to get into, but I'm liking it. I like Lock and Key more. All right. Yeah, the only one I've read is Horns, which I really liked. They made some changes for the movie with Daniel Radcliffe that I didn't care for as much. I felt messed up some of the, not necessarily imagery. What's the right word I'm looking for? I can't think of the word I'm trying to think. But it changed the plot a little bit, and I think the impact wasn't as great as it was with the book. Still a fabulous movie and adaptation, but I did like the book more. They did a whole panel and sneak peek screening for Nosferatu. I went. Yeah, I gave that whole area. I walked around that thing very widely. I was like, no, no, thank you. I was like, stop staring at me. Don't look at me. Just move along. Hey, Alicia. Lynn, you only read so fast. July's TBR is so freaking rough. It had it out for you. I feel like your TBR the last few times around is mad at you for some reason. I don't know. Your TBR game, you made it angry in some fashion. I think I have a great stack of fun reads that also will get books off my shelves. Awesome. Yeah, I need to look through and see. I'm going to try my best to get as many books that will fit certain readathons happening this year. So Comic-Con and then another one that will get some of these books off my shelf. I think I can do it. We'll see how it goes though. I also want to start in on all of my ApollyCon reads, because if we are lucky enough to get tickets again, my goal is to read all of the books that I bought at ApollyCon or got at ApollyCon before next year's ApollyCon. That is like one of the goals. Go campers, go! All of them are doing amazing, especially because, like, yes, they're like, all of the books are only 1 point, except for our group book. So honestly, with the points that high, everyone's doing amazing. We have 26 days until your next epic adventure with hubby this time. Oh, I'm jealous. I am jealous. I am jelly. I want to go so bad. On the 13th book of the month, you are amazing. I hope to have several entries before the end of the month. Yeah, I'm hoping for at least 2 more. That is my goal, is at least 2 more books, which I think I can do. You won't be on the winning team for Comic Con. How dare you? That was rude. Oh, geez, Steph, you went there. Oh, she did. See, we're getting closer to the start now, so. I really think it's funny. I'm gonna laugh when all of our trash talk ends on the day of the readathon, and we're all just like, okay, now we're all reading. We're too busy. We're too busy to say anything. Yep, Steph went there. Unlucky library, hello. Did some journaling. I'm giving my book some room to breathe, and I'm very behind on my journal. Nice. Okay, a good catch up on a journal, a little break from reading is always worth it too. It's amazing what you can get done while they sleep, not constantly, Mom, can I? Mom, do I? And you take full advantage of that time. You do. Take care, Melanie. Pink Heaven coming for you. I know, now that I know that I'm winning, I'm like, shoot, I need to read faster. Gotta get my points in. Bye, Mo. This is Lynn. Made my July TBR and said that it was going to be a light TBR because family vacations, and it's 16 books deep. But 6 of those are books of finishing a series. Okay, see, that's not too bad. And if you're excited for those 6 books and finishing those series, you may actually just like read them faster too. I always find when I start to get excited about what's going on in a book, I read them faster. Hoping to finish 3 to 4 more books this month. Nice. Yeah, I think my goal, of course, like I will be finishing The Savior's Champion first, most likely. And then if I can, after these 2, if I can fit the 4th Dungeon Crawler Carl book into June, I will. But I might be pushing it. I might be pushing it just a little bit. I don't work this weekend, so I do have a good chunk of time that I can read this weekend. So who knows? I mean, we will be on different teams for Arc Argus, so we will be Snarky Sharks until September. It's so true. It's very true. I really love how I said I was not going to do any readathons at all this year. And I think I've done one in some variety since Magical Readathon. Yeah. That wasn't what my plan was. My plan was just like, not worry about it, have a chill reading month, read all my TBR books. That didn't happen. Oh yes, I do take advantage of hardcore. Those 6 books are the Sookie Stackhouse. Oh, okay, nice. I've never actually read them, but I have watched the entire True Blood series. I actually had started a rewatch of it, and then I stopped for some reason. I love that. Snarky Sharks. Readathons are fun. You love it. I do like a readathon. I was just gonna take that particular stress off my plate and just enjoy my solo reading, but that didn't happen. The FOMO was real, and then I was like, I want to participate. Had physical therapy. Now on to the gym. Have a good time. I hope your PT went well. All right. So that is we're going to mark that last readathons are fun comment as our last, that's a lie. We're going to go ahead and drop into Alicia's comment since it popped up. They're so different, and the timeline of the books doesn't match the show at all. Oh yeah, I'm sure that they changed quite a bit for those. It would be interesting to see the differences, but it's also been a very long time since I've watched the entire show, so I probably actually wouldn't even remember that much for sure. All right, so let's hop in to sprint number 4. I will get my sprint counts correct, even with having it in front of my face. So sprint number 4, let's reset Mr. Miyagi. Get him at our 30 minutes on the clock. So happy reading, happy productivity, and I will see you all back here in 30. And we are back after sprint number 4. I finished chapter 2 in The Savior's Champion. We are getting right into this tournament, but I am 7% in now. And still enjoying it so far. There's obviously it's still building up and getting to know the characters and things like that and what's going on. So not too much to say on it quite yet, but I am enjoying it for what I've read so far. I was laughing during that last chapter quite a bit. Steph, if you have not returned, I hope your filming is doing well. And finishing off the series and putting on Pink. I like the show better. Yeah. Like I said, I have not read book 1, but at this point, I do enjoy the show a lot, so I probably wouldn't even bother to read it, especially if it's vastly different. I'll probably be like bummed out. And good luck on selling them. Yeah, I see them pretty frequently. I don't know how they are on Pango though. Got to 53%. Awesome. Wrote a journal entry and made it to 244 of 266. Ooh, definitely will finish in the next sprint. Absolutely. So close to being done. 26 minutes left. Ooh, looks like we'll have quite a handful of finished books maybe in this final sprint. Finished Fab 5, now finishing Brekkie. What do you guys have for breakfast? Only did a couple things at the gym, feeling a bit tired today. Yeah, don't push yourself too far. Listen to your body. And if it says it's done, 'tis done. Took an itchy allergy eye break that round and checked on friends. Great. I hope they're all doing well. That was a big yawn. I am still drinking the same cup of coffee. I don't know why. I think I'm just concentrated on reading the book. But I'm like, coffee can wait. I actually need to make an order to Nespresso and get some of that. I've just been drinking instant coffee, and I think I'm kind of like over it. That I need to get some real coffee back in my system. 25 pages. Awesome. Was feeling very creative today, so Cheerios. Solid. I mean, Cheerios are a solid choice. I even eat those just like as a snack. Like if I want something sweet, but don't have any like dessert type things, I'll just put some Cheerios in a mug and call it a day. I'm excited for dinner because I think I'm going to try the spicy ramen snack thing that I got at Daiso because it looks really yummy. And I'm going to see how it is if I'm just making the smaller serving and putting like my normal egg in it. If it still is filling and not overly filling like sometimes a full bowl of ramen can be. So if that works, it's like a really good price point for if it tastes good. Because it's like I think there's 4 sets in there, so it's like $2.25 for 4 meals. Going to miss NaNoWriMo this year, as in not participate, or they're not having NaNoWriMo this year? I haven't really paid a lot of attention to it. Oh, they are shutting. Interesting. I didn't actually know that they were shutting it down. I know I hadn't paid too much attention to it since the whole AI stuff. But I didn't realize that they were shutting it down completely. I know that I can see where, especially with coming out and being a mostly nonprofit based on donations kind of business, that can, especially in this time where a lot of people are trying to save money and focus more on specific things, that can definitely make things go downhill in that regard. Yeah, it imploded, and I know the AI not scandal probably did not help them at all, because I know I didn't really pay too much attention after that. Then again, the multiple times that I have tried NaNoWriMo, I have not succeeded. So it's definitely not my personal way of writing. But technically, you can run your own NaNoWriMo on your own, and you could do it any month. You just can pick one and be like, I'm gonna do a month-long writing challenge and try to hit that goal no matter what. Ooh, spicy ramen. That sounds like something Ryan would love, and I'd eat entirely on accident. The packaging is super cute. I will send you a picture of it. Like the little character on the front has it, and his like cheeks are really like flushed and red and stuff like that. It's super cute packaging, and I'm hoping it's not like super spicy, but like some spicy ramen, you have like the little packet where you can kind of like, you don't have to use all of it, but there's like nothing. It's really just an add water meal for this particular snack thing. So it's really just put it in a mug, pour enough water on it to turn it into soup. So we'll see how it is. But if it's tasty, they do have a regular one too. They do have like just a chicken flavor that's not spicy. But I had so much regular ramen still, that's the chicken flavor, that I was like, let me try this spicy one instead. I never won Nano, but I did finish every book I started during the event. That's awesome. There was one that I got pretty far, and then one year I tried to use it to do blog content. So I was trying to get like 50,000 words of blog posts, basically, is what I was doing. But November always ends up being a very busy month for some reason, and I guess that has to do with Y'all Fest and some other, and then just work in general. I have a friend who's hosting a writing camp on Twitch. Camp Write a Lot. Oh, okay. When are they hosting that? Because that could be a good alternative. I'm sure somebody will pick up the slack and have like their own writing challenge or something during that month, I'm sure. Yeah, I've always did good for like the first couple days and then nothing. Unless it was that one year where I did pretty good. I think I ended up with like 18,000 words. Cool. Thank you, Sam. I'm going to write that down. That way I can find it for later. Finished a trilogy in 3 years. That's awesome. It definitely did benefit a lot of people for getting them started on projects. I know a lot of authors who originally did NaNoWriMo and then maybe not that book, but other books they wrote then became their debuts and things like that. November is such a tough month to dedicate time for this, at least in America. I still have no idea why they chose that month. Yeah, because it's like, I feel like with the holiday season, then there's like some other events and things. It is a weird month to pick a whole month-long challenge kind of thing. Yeah. Always cleaning, decorating, prepping for family and the big meal at Thanksgiving. Yeah. I think, and that's probably why they ended up doing Camp NaNoWriMo for a while too, because it kind of stuck it more in the summer where people might have a little more free time. So this is the Twitch name, Oh Hey It's Shy, or Oh Hey It's Shay, Shay, for that camp Write a Lot. So if you're interested, check out that. That might be a new alternative for NaNoWriMo if you do want a writing themed month or challenge or whatnot. For the month of August. So there you go, that month. So a little bit of time to plan. You'd have a month of July to kind of do a pre-plan thing and then go into it in August. Thank you, Sam, for that information. Appreciate you. All right, and with that, let's get into this final sprint. Let's finish up some books or get further into a book, as it is for me. So let's grab Mr. Miyagi and get started. August is great for me, but really tough for people with kids. March is really the most free month for most of us. Yeah, at least August. I know August for us here in the South, that's the month that the kids go back to school. Here is the Google Doc form for it as well, if anyone is interested. All right, so happy reading, happy productivity for our final sprint. And I'll see you all back here in 30 minutes. All right, we are back from our final sprint. I read, I believe, about 13 more pages, and we are getting a little bit more into the tournament and meeting all the different competitors. So it'll be interesting. I'm intrigued by the overall setup of the tournament so far, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see what happens once we get really into it. Let's see how everyone else did. We had a thanks, Sam, for the information for the writing month from Tiara. Finished Rewitched. There were elements I liked about it, but the romance seemed like an afterthought. It could have just been left out of the book. 3 stars. I think I ended up saying like 4-ish. It wasn't my favorite. I thought it was going to be something more. I thought it would be something a bit more than it was. I was kind of thinking it would be a bit more about her personal growth, and it wasn't. But it was still an overall very cute, cozy book, and it did go a different way than I expected, but it wasn't quite what I thought it was going to be. So I agree. There was some stuff I liked, some I didn't. I think I gave it like a 4 stars. I don't know. I'm not really reading anything this year, really, like I used to, or how I did the last couple of years. So my ratings aren't really set in stone in my brain. Woot woot. Finished Bats in the Belfry. Congratulations on your finished read. 1 book left to complete. Herkid 1.0. 1 more book. That is amazing. That is awesome. Congratulations. Yeah, that is amazing, Kelly. Congratulations on that. What's going to be your final book? What prompt are you completing with that final book? Got to 60%. Awesome. Read about 20 pages in Culinary Leverage. Wrote another 75 words, completed 23,000, and the laptop battery is running down. Always perfect timing to take a break at the end of sprints. About to get ready for a trip to the library and Mickey D's for lunch. Ooh, enjoy. Enjoy, enjoy. Read a little bit of Yumi and the Nightmare Painter. Nice. Worked on editing Sunday's video and started freaking out about cryptic messages. We need answers. We need answers. Too hot to go out. Plan to read the day away. Yeah, we're going to go have lunch at Waffle House because my dad is craving a waffle. We were going to go to Waffle House for Father's Day, and then that didn't happen. So I think we're going to go over there. So we're going to enjoy that. And then probably come back home, and I might go by the pool and read. Since it's my Kindle, it's easier to take by the pool. Since it's I don't want my Kindle to get wet, but I would much rather this drop in the pool than this. Mostly because my poor Kindle's on its last legs. So I wouldn't be horribly upset. I'd be sad, but it wouldn't. I was planning on getting another one. Like I had you all vote in the community tab and everything, but I did end up finding mine. So eventually I will get that new one. So I might go by the pool and read. That's literally the perfect afternoon for me. I wouldn't mind going to the library, but I don't think I truly need anything from the library. My final book is Kill Creatures by Rory Power for my June new release. And then I'll get to cross off new releases. Bats in the Belfry was the Kickstarter book. Awesome. Oh, that is so exciting that you completed the whole challenge. That is amazing. I did sign up for 2.0, but I'm mostly just along for the ride because I know I will not finish the challenge. I already know that. So I'm just kind of along for the ride. I'm excited for chicken nuggies. Have to go get the teenagers up. Thanks so much for sprints. Have a good day, y'all. You're absolutely welcome. And that is the end of our sprints for today. And I will see you all next Tuesday for our first sprints of July, which also will be the unofficial Comic-Con readathon kickoff sprints as well, since I am sprinting that day and Steph was not able to get the time off to do it. So those will be our Comic-Con reading sprints as well for the readathon. So looking forward to those and that kickoff. But for now, I'm going to go hop in and finish up this book and finish my chapter for Saturday when we have our live show for Camp Season. And all of those shows will be on Melanie's channel. So if you want to check that out. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you all later. Take care, everyone. I'm about to go read these messages. And you are absolutely welcome, Kelly. Thanks for hanging out on sprints with me, everyone.